They tell you that fear is a reaction, a survival instinct, but they're wrong. Fear isn't a reaction, it's a warning. I'm recording this because I don't think I'm going to get another job. I don't even think I'm going to get another night of sleep. 3 days ago, I took a shift at the old Galloway Industrial Plant. I was desperate for cash. I didn't ask questions. When I got to the security booth, there was a note taped to the monitor. It wasn't typed. It was handwritten, scrawled in shaky blue ink. It had 5 rules. Rule number 1 was simple: lock the gate. Rule number 5 was weird: don't trust the stray dog. But it was rule number 4 that I should have paid attention to. Rule number 4 was the one that nearly killed me. And now that I'm sitting here in my own apartment with all the lights on, I have a feeling I haven't actually escaped. If you ever find a job that pays double the minimum wage for sitting around and doing nothing, run as fast as you can. Let me back up. My name is Mark. I'm 24, and last month I lost my job at the fulfillment center. Rent in this city is a joke, and my savings were bleeding out. So when I saw the listing on Craigslist, night security, immediate start, cash pay, I didn't care how sketchy it looked. I met the supervisor, a guy named Mr. Henderson, at the gate at 9 p.m. He looked tired, not just sleepy, but worn down, like the skin on his face was too heavy for his skull. He didn't interview me. He just looked at my boots, nodded, and handed me a heavy ring of keys. "It's an easy gig," he said. "The plant's been shut down since '08. Copper thieves try to get in sometimes. Just do your rounds, check the perimeter, and stay in the booth." He walked me to the security shack. It was a small glass-walled box in the middle of a massive concrete floor. It smelled like stale coffee and old cigarettes. "There's a list," he said, pointing to the monitor. "Follow it, to the letter. Don't be a hero, Mark. Just follow the list." And then he virtually ran to his car. I watched his taillights fade, leaving me alone in a million square feet of darkness. I sat down and looked at the note. It was dirty, stained with coffee rings. I picked it up. Rule 1: do your rounds at the top of the hour. Do not take longer than 20 minutes. Rule 2: the pipes in the east wing bang due to thermal expansion. If the banging has a rhythm, do not investigate. Put on your headphones. Rule 3: there's a mannequin stored in the break room hallway. It has no face. If you see it standing in a different position than you last saw it, close your eyes and count to 10. It likes to be acknowledged, but it hates being watched. Rule 4: if you see a man in a yellow hat come standing on the catwalks, do not shine your light on him. Do not speak to him. Walk away immediately. If he notices you, run to the booth and lock the door. Rule 5: if the phone in the booth rings, answer it. If there is static, hang up. If there is breathing, say the machine is off and hang up. I laughed. I actually laughed out loud. I thought it was a hazing ritual, a joke for the new guy. Mannequins, guys in hat comes. I crumpled the note and tossed it in the trash. That was my first mistake. 10 p.m., first round. The plant was massive. Shadows stretched out like oil slicks across the floor. I walked to the perimeter, checking the fire doors. Everything was locked tight. It was silent, except for the wind rattling the corrugated metal roof. I decided to check the break room hallway just to prove the list wrong. I wanted to see this mannequin with no face. I turned the corner. My flashlight cut through the dust, and there it was. It was an old sewing dummy, the kind with a fabric torso and a wire cage for the skirt. No head, no arms, just a torso on a stand. It was pushed against a wall, covered in plastic. "Spooky," I whispered to myself. I tapped it with my flashlight. It wobbled. I finished the round. Nothing weird. No hard hats, no banging pipes. I went back to the booth feeling confident. I pulled out my phone and started scrolling. Easy money. 11 p.m. I went out again. This time, the air felt heavy. You know that feeling when you walk into a room and you interrupt an argument? The air felt static. I was walking past the east wing where the pipes were when I heard it. Bang, bang, bang. It was rhythmic, 3 seconds between each sound. I remembered rule number 2. If the banging has a rhythm, do not investigate. But I'm a rational guy. Rhythm means a machine, right? I walked toward the noise. The banging got louder. Bang, bang, bang. I reached the double doors of the east wing. I put my hand on the handle. The metal was freezing cold. Not just cool, ice cold. Bang. It sounded like someone hitting a wrench against the door from the other side, right in front of my face. I pulled my hand back. "Hello?" I called. Silence. The banging stopped instantly. I got a chill that started at the base of my spine and shot up to my neck. I backed away. I didn't turn my back on those doors until I was 50 feet away. 12 a.m., midnight. I didn't want to go out, but the list said, do your rounds. I didn't want to break the rules, not after the door incident. I did a quick loop. I avoided the east wing. I walked fast. My flashlight beam was shaking because my hands were trembling. I was coming back through the break room hallway. I shined my light at the wall where the mannequin was. It was gone. My heart hammered against my ribs. I swept the light frantically, left, right, ceiling. Then I saw it. It was standing in the middle of the hallway, 10 feet closer to me. But that wasn't the worst part. The wire cage at the bottom, the skirt, was bent, twisted, like legs were trying to form out of the metal, and the torso was angled towards me. Rule 3, if it moved, close your eyes and count to 10. I squeezed my eyes shut. I stood there in the dark, defenseless. 1, 2. I heard a scraping sound, like metal dragging on concrete. 3, 4, closer. 5, 6. I could smell it now. It smelled like mothballs and rot. 7, 8, 9, 10. I opened my eyes and turned on the light. The hallway was empty. I ran. I didn't care about the rest of the round. I sprinted back to the security booth and slammed the door. I locked it. I sat in the chair, spinning around, checking every window. I was safe. The booth was the safe zone. Then, the phone rang. It was the black phone on the desk, the dusty one that wasn't even plugged into the wall outlet. Rule 5, answer it. I picked up the receiver, slowly. My hand was sweating. Hello? Static. Just white noise. Hello? I asked again. The static cleared, and I heard breathing. Wet, rasping breathing. It sounded like someone with a punctured lung. I froze. I remembered the rule. If there is breathing, say the machine is off. My voice caught in my throat. The machine is off, I squeaked out. Then why are you still here, Mark? I slammed the phone down. I backed into the corner of the booth. It knew my name. The list didn't say anything about it knowing my name. 1 a.m. passed. I didn't go out. 2 a.m. passed. I stayed in the chair, clutching my heavy flashlight like a club. At 2:45 a.m., the power in the booth died. The monitors went black. The overhead light fizzled. I was in total darkness. I looked out the glass walls of the booth. The factory floor was illuminated by moonlight coming through the high skylights. It was beautiful in a haunting way, blue light cutting through the shadows. And then I saw him. Up on the catwalks, about 30 feet in the air, a silhouette.
He was wearing a bulky jacket and a yellow hat cone. He was just standing there, gripping the railing, looking down on the floor. Rule 4. If you see a man in a yellow hat come, do not shine your light on him. I knew the rule. I swear to God, I knew the rule. But human instinct is a stupid, stupid thing. My brain said, that's a trespasser. That's a real person. That's why the power went out. I forgot the ghosts. I forgot the mannequin. I got angry. I wanted to yell at the guy scaring me. I stood up, walked to the glass, and clicked my flashlight on. I aimed the beam right at the catwalk. Hey, get down from there. The beam hit him. He wasn't wearing a mask. He wasn't wearing a face at all. Under the hat cum, it was just smooth, gray flesh. No eyes, no mouth, just a blank slate. The moment the light hit him, he didn't run. He didn't flinch. His head snapped toward me. Not a turn, a snap, like a bird. Then he vaulted over the railing. He fell 30 feet. He hit the concrete floor with a sickening crack. I gasped, dropping the light. Oh God. I waited for him to groan. I waited for blood. Instead, the body on the floor began to unfold. Limbs that were broken snapped back into place. He stood up in a way that defied physics, rising like a puppet on strings. He turned toward the booth. I scrambled for the door lock, checking it was engaged. It was. He started walking, then jogging, then sprinting. He was fast, inhumanly fast. I dove under the desk. I curled into a ball, covering my head. Bam! He hit the glass. The whole booth shook. Bam! Mark, open the door. It's me, Mark. The glass started to crack. I could hear the spider webs forming. I squeezed my eyes shut. I started reciting the Lord's Prayer. Mark, open up. I want to show you something. The glass shattered. I screamed. I waited for the hands to grab me. I waited for the pain. But silence returned. I lay there under the desk for 4 hours. I didn't move until the sun came up and hit the broken glass on the floor. When Mr. Henderson arrived at 7 a.m., he found me under the desk. He didn't ask what happened. He didn't look at the shattered glass. He just sighed, reached into his pocket, and pulled out an envelope of cash. You're done, he said. Go home. What is that thing? I asked. My voice was raspy. What is in here? Mr. Henderson looked at me. For the first time, he made eye contact. His eyes were filled with pity. We don't know, he whispered. We just keep it inside. I took the cash. I ran to my car. I drove home looking in the rearview mirror every 5 seconds. That was 3 days ago. I thought it was over, but last night I was brushing my teeth. I looked into the mirror. Behind me, the shower curtain was closed. I saw the curtain move, just a little. And this morning, I found a piece of paper on my counter. It wasn't my handwriting. It said, Rule number 6, you can never quit. If you're watching this, please don't go to the Galloway plant. And if you hear banging in your pipes, just turn up the TV. Don't check it. Because I think I brought the list home with me. I don't know how much time I have left. If you want to follow the rest of this investigation or hear more stories from the edge of reality, Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss what comes next. If you survived the shift, hit the like button. It helps the channel grow in the darkness. And share this video with a friend. Maybe if enough people know about Galloway, we can figure out what's really inside. Stay safe, follow the rules, and I'll see you in the next deep dive.